So Dr. D, you tried to defend Pimp Mom, and it didn't happen. It
wasn't very successful.
These two maniacs went after
They were not having it.
I was rendered speechless for much of that block, and that's never happened.
Twitter was like, he's loosening a little bit. How is he going to defend this mom?
That's my point. I
Have
decided.
you had your coffee today? Are you okay?
I was a little wacky, I must say, but I generally am beginning to feel uncomfortable with how just discourse is under attack. So I'm being oppositional just to create conversation, just because I think we got to examine things from all sides. And
I think it was the word defend that threw me off, because I feel like maybe you know.
I didn't say she didn't do anything wrong. That woman, did something wrong all the way around. I just don't know if she pimped her daughter out. So
she did.
We
both agree either direction is really bad.
That's
okay.
Right.
That's all I need
I
to
think
say.
it might have been both trafficking drugs and pimping.
What I'm just confused on today. Most of the topics we talked about, what is parents no longer wanting to be parents? They're like, hey, I'm going to have this child and not parent you. I'm going to pimp you. I'm going to throw Playboy parties. And so I'm confused on where the maternal aspect or instinct is like,
and
where is it? Is it
paternal.
gone?
Yeah, and paternal. And we talked about
you
that.
You would bring the guys back in. And paternal.
It's hard.
We wish there was a license, right? You have to take a license to get a driver's license, or take a test to get a driver's license. But anybody can be a parent, and not everybody should be.
It's so much more fun and so much easier to be a cool parent. So much more fun.
Yeah.
As opposed to saying no all the time.
But it's so douchey.
And by the way, I
got
to tell you something. It's the same thing's true as a physician. It's the same deal. You can gratify you're having pain. Here's some painkillers. As opposed to going, no, you have a history of drug addiction. I'm going to sit here. You're going to get mad at me, and that's going to be very uncomfortable. But I'm going to go through that because that's the right thing for you.
Well,
it's got to be hard for a codependent too.
I feel
it right now. You saying that? I was like, just give it to the doctor. And I'm like, shit, you can't do that.
You're going to have a lot of patience with the way that this parenting is going. We're pimping out kids and sending them different places, different men. I don't know. I'm appalled, and maybe we're finding these bad stories. So I'm praying that this isn't the norm, increasingly. But this is it does seem kind of.
I think the
fact more of a spotlight on it.
That's right, to make sure people don't do this.
We talk about social media so much, but now we are easily getting all of this information.
That's true.
Like before, we wouldn't have access to all these stories and all the horrific stories. I'm overwhelmed at how bad they are.
Do you lose sleep at night? Sometimes I do. I'm like, what are all these stories that we report
My show,
on?
the Dr. John calls become the education of Vanessa Barnett. The whole thing. It's just a giant educational experience.
I've been enlightened, and I share the knowledge. I'm like educating people on mental health and how. I had a friend say something. Oh, that girl's crazy. No,
don't use that word.
But part of the education is there's a lot of horrific stuff that goes on out there. There really is.
I don't like.
Well, would you be offended if I were to pimp you? Because right now you've got the guns out. I'm just saying. I mean,
Kate, take it away. I've been pimped out.
All right, bring it back. Calvin's right. We did talk about two stories where parents are trying to just be the cool parent instead of actually being a parent. So, have you ever experienced that? We want to know what you think. Leave a comment below.
Awesome.